Let's talk about fundamental research. What do you guys, how are you guys using fundamental research in crypto?
Yeah, that's a great question. Um, what we're seeing and what we've noticed since in our 3 years is that you can't fundamental research, and what I mean by that, I mean like revenue. It doesn't just mean like revenue multiples and comparing like price of sales versus one project versus the other because you'll never get there from a everything's going to
Mhm.
screen expensive, right? But what you want to see is discernible traction. So that's key performance indicators. Is that are people using it? What are the protocol growth numbers look like? Um, right, and that's just the starting point. You have to have some um, view that a project is making traction or will have traction, and that will someday translate into future revenues. But on a day-to-day basis, like they don't always trade on fundamentals, right? Like that might only be 5 to 10% of the picture on any given day. The rest of it is, obviously retail and sentiment and positioning and leverage, which is not dissimilar from the traditional finance world, right? Like in biotech, um, you can get the science right on a name, but guess what? Retail loves to trade biotech, and they have no, a lot of them don't have any idea what this, but it moves a lot, right? The charts look crazy, and so there's a lot of noise that you have to sift out, and so that's amplified even more in the crypto world, where you just have to, as a fundamental investor, the first step is to acknowledge that these things are early stage growth assets and they will not trade on their fundamentals most of the time. Over a long period, they will, right? But in the short periods, whether it's hours, days, weeks, months, they might be completely dislocated from underlying fundamentals.